Hi, it's David here with Future Trading. I'd like to welcome you to the channel. Show you what the daily is doing because they're giving us some pressure from above. I talked about that in the reduced trading losses. All right, we talked about that on the daily. So you'll want to go back and take a look at some of these videos that I'm making. I'm gonna show you what the daily is doing currently. If you're new to the channel, please take a look around. I got tons of videos here, a lot of stuff that you can stand and learn. All right, so we're going to get into it. So here's the information I want you to know. All right, we've been talking about the statics on the daily. All right, so these are the numbers that you can look for. Now you can take the zero off, and you can just use the 55. But on the daily, we're actually adding a couple zeros here, and so 1,000 points out. They should not break this if they're going to honor it and actually drop. I believe we can go higher. I do. So hopefully this is just, slight profit taking. If they come back out of here, let's go down to 45. So we're going to say 45 if they decide to come back out. All right. So if they decide to come back down, so 4,500. It's 4,500 down in here. So right in this area here, they shouldn't wind up back down here. That'll be bad. So hopefully it's just a little breathe that they're doing. They're breathing a bit. And then they're going to take that next push right through here. I believe they will. So, but these are the levels that I definitely want you to take a look at. Yes, and the hourly is doing the same thing. All right, it's pretty much doing the same thing. They're both, and they were doing this at 9:30, just lit up red, saying, "Hey, we're going to take that dive the moment that bar started." All right, so yeah, it's pressure. It's just pressure. It was there from yesterday as well. That's why you can see on the hourly how we dove down here, and of course we ended up popping. I'm gonna show you what that looks like on the range chart, but on the statics, so matter of fact, let me put a few days in here because I do want you to see these levels. It's important that you know what I have for you. So if you're not someone that wants to trade the ranges, all right, we can use static price levels. So everybody have price levels if you're not using the range. Let me just kind of comb through this really quickly here so you can take a look. The target is the 55. So always try to get to the target. Please do that. All right. And then, of course, the clusters are just places where it can become really compressed and kind of sandwich you in and then take off. All right. But yes, you'll want to get to the 55. All right. So I'm just kind of scroll through this, kind of gapped up from there. All right. Let me just kind of push you through so you can see what this looks like. This is we'll talk about that in just a moment, those levels. All right, so they kind of hit here and just held above here yesterday. We had more of a direct hit on the pivot range low and the pivot range high on yesterday with the FOMC when they came off of that compression because they just did that. But here we hit that static today. We kind of hit that and then we came up here to this 150 and just kind of hung out there. All right, so when it comes to the pivot range low and the pivot range high from yesterday, all right, so yesterday it's not in here. It's not in here. This is today's information. That's the red and green line that you're seeing here. All right, and this comes with the indicator suite as well as this template. All of this stuff that you're seeing, you get. All right, so but yesterday's levels was here. All right, and the FOMC again, it dropped it down, hit that pivot range low on yesterday, and kind of brought it up. All right, and of course they kind of hung out today at the pivot range low, and then kind of got stuck in there. Now they played the backside of the pivot range low today. All right, they're not able to get back up there. Now, when it comes to your chart scale, you'll want to use your bezel. All right, I talk about that in prior videos. I'm not going to do a lot here. Center of the chart, upper part of your chart, lower part of your chart. Use these time ranges. All right, that's there for you as well. Stay beneath the center of the range, fantastic. All right. Just get above the center of the range, fantastic. All right. So either which way you want to trade is just this area right here is more of an accumulation process. Want to make sure you understand it. Or if the ranges are overlapping, you're going to run into a problem. I've said that before. Now, there's two additional ranges that come with the actual training if you are interested in going further with the private lessons. All right, and that's video, so you can just watch it on at your leisure whenever you so please. All right, so I can put you on the private playlist if you want to go that far. If not, don't worry about it. Tons of free stuff here to help you trade. All right, so on yesterday, uh remember we have a certain amount of bars that'll show up in here, the no touch no close setup. All right, remember how many times that'll show up? I talked about that in the last video in the first 30 minutes. It's a certain amount of bars that'll show up here. Now today they kind of went outside of it, just by two. But here, yes, yesterday they did exactly that. Now here on this pattern here, I'm gonna just tell you something about this. Sometimes you can get the two red being trapped by two greens. That's fun. And preferably the no touch because it was here. You had a two reds trapped by two greens. They reached back towards the back of that and then they took off. The absolute lowest point, that's all. But I really like it with the no touch because it makes sense. That's majority. All right. So yeah, you had that here. So if you want to know the amount of no touches that can show up, because remember there's only two parties in the market. All right. So if you know on average, and we're talking an average here of how many times that will show up, you can kind of get in front of it and say, hey, I know, there's rules to how to trade it, but I know that, hey, it's only this amount of these patterns that's going to show up within this window. And I went over that in that video. All right. So now let's get to the real time. We didn't have that set up here. I'm looking for it. No, we didn't have it here. But don't worry about it. It's something that you can look for occasionally if you would like to. It's not something you have to. It's there sometimes. All right, so they're trying to sell it here. You have it here actually on this 1 minute. Well, it's not the no touch pattern. That's the only thing that sucks. You have the two greens being trapped by two reds. All right, so you got the red here, and then you got the two greens, and then you got a red. All right, so high here. Let's see what the high is. You can look up here in that top left hand corner. 25, 25 with this high 25, 25 to the tick. They kissed it, and they're turning. Let's go down to a 15-second chart so I can read this to you just a bit faster and get you out off of here so you don't have to watch this stuff. All right. So now I'm not going to put the template that I usually have up here with all the majority setups. You're going to have to go back to some of the prior videos to take a look at that information so you'll know what the majority is. I'm going to try to touch on some of it while we're here, but I'm not really going to do that in this video. I just want to give you what the market is doing currently. So it's suggesting, now this is that setup, okay? This is that setup is suggesting, all right, that it can go this far. Threshold here, I'm only going to read this for a couple minutes. I'm not going to be up here long. Threshold here, hopefully they can stay beneath it and just go ahead and roll to the downside here. Now they're still beneath the center of the scale. All right, this is the upper part of the scale. I doubt they'll get way back up here. And they're currently at the lower half of the scale. Okay, so hopefully they can get down, but if not, it's okay. They can go up. That's fine too. Do we have a trend here? Well, we got the not all of it is in here. The increase is here, and that's trying to point out what we would need with the wicks and the bodies. But all of it is in here. That's holding. This one didn't, but it's okay. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. All right, I told you guys that I make indications to let you win sometimes. All right, you just got to put some context to it. All right, really important to do that. Make sure you put some context to it. Okay, so there's the trend. There's the trend. There's the trend. It's saying that it can go this far. That's what it's saying. All right. We'll have to see. They coming into the center of the chart. They may want to come back down. So let's see how this works. Let's just see. All right. So that's important. Now, they didn't want to get past there. That's fine. That's okay. That's fine. Let's see. I was going to tell you. Sometimes the market. Well, I can do it from this side. Let's see if it'll do it. Let's see. Okay, got a new low. We have to get that new low. Now, typically, they can pass this, just don't pass this. That's typically how it works. It's not always going to do that, but I know the market been doing a lot of zigzagging around. So let's just see if it can hold. Let's see if it can hold beneath the center of the chart. Let's just see. It's saying that it can get here, so that comes first. All right, so we're going to just got to stay with what they're doing, but sometimes they do that. They do that cyclical activity. The pressure is coming on saying that this is going to turn green here, so that's indicating even the more so that it should get here. All right, that's what it's saying. So it's saying that it can get up there. Let's see what the response is. Now, this is splitting hairs, but that can almost fit in there. Okay, the body, it can almost fit in there, so that's pretty close. Let's see what they do. Let's see what the response is. Got some timing information here. All the indications that you're seeing, arrows, pressures, little stripes. You can even put this as the whole background if you want. It's kind of what I got going on with the daily. Daily and the hourly just got some stripes up there to better help time that bar. You kind of want them both to sync up. Now I got several different stripes depending on your need. Like what's your timing need? What time frame you're wanting to trade, and it'll light it up based on that information there. Okay, so yeah, now we got an all-in-one process here. Again, they're approaching, yeah, they're above the center of the chart at this point. Let's see what they're going to do with this one, which pretty much adds up to that. So now the center of the chart again is here, they're above it, and the lower half of the chart, they managed to go ahead and jump that, which is fine. And now we got our upper part of the chart. Can they get here? Can they get here and just keep right on going to the upside? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I don't like what's going on with this hourly. Let me just say this. I don't like what's going on here. So I do think that they can go down lower. That's just my opinion. I do think that they can get lower. Uh, Maybe they'll turn it around here. If they did that, and let's say they did that and went through that daily. Let's say they did that. Remember, we talked about this in that video. I don't know if I told you that, but we talked about that daily in that video, and even that range. Go back and look at that. You'll learn a couple things here on the channel. I'm trying to make sure I tell you as much information as I possibly can for free, right? For free, and hopefully you tell someone about the channel. Say, hey, this guy's reading it real time. That's what he does. He don't need the left. You don't have to look left. There's a lot of information right here on the hard right edge. I can assure you, it's a lot of stuff here, a lot more than what I'm telling you. Uh, I don't like this turn. So if they blow this high, just understand that they definitely can come back below here. So hopefully they'll just go ahead and drop some more, and then we'll go up. All right, I just want to tell you that. So don't be looking for it to just stay up just yet. I don't think that's it. I think we're getting there. We're getting there, but not yet. Okay, so we're definitely going again. I think they're going to come back down here. I do. They should. All right, so I'm not going to hold you much longer. The mid is above here. It's just this. This a doji. It's not a candle, so it's not colored. If you put the levels, I got levels for this bar coloring. If you put the level, it'll have a level up there and show you that it's a pattern. All right, give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Do forget a call there. Had to take that. So now, yeah, they'll get past it. I do believe they're coming back here. So let's. I'm not gonna hold the video long again. I don't want to bore you guys with this information, but let's see. Let's just see. Let's see. This is part chart. I do believe they're gonna lean down. I do believe they can lean down. Now they're headed here. They're headed here, and I believe they can get this done. But think I think they're going to come back before they do. I just think that. Now I could be totally wrong about this, but I think that they may come back, at least somewhere near the center of the chart. Somewhere. Let's see if they can get back down here before they do it. Now they already made this. Can they make this? Can they make this and go ahead and blow that high before doing that? Now, if they can blow this high without coming back, then I'm going to get off here. Let's see if they're willing to come back here. Let's see. Let's see. Remember, they'll break the high and then they turn around, or break the low and they turn around. So just kind of keep that in mind too. I told you guys, don't be so eager to just go that way. Don't be so eager to do that, because sometimes, well, quite a bit, they'll come right back. So just wait a minute. Sometimes just wait a minute. So after they break the high or break the low, if you're a breakout trader and you're just running out there and just wanting to get in it, give it a second. Just give it 1 second. There's a good chance price will vacuum back and say, hey, yeah, we're coming back there, and you better be ready. And they know most people don't have wide stops. The average stop is about 30 ticks in most cases. The volatility is picking up, so there's going to have to be some kind of adjustment on your part to stay out of the market's way, should you want to not get ran over quite a bit. There's, again, things that I can tell you about when the market should turn. Okay, before it turns, just, hey, if you see this happening, it's a good chance it will turn. All right, so that's important. Let's see if they're going to make it back down here towards the center of the chart, before blowing that high. Okay, they're doing what I think. They got past here, which is what I thought should happen before they break here. Can they get down here? I want to see if they can get down towards the center of this chart really quickly here, and then I must go. That's suggesting that they might. It's suggesting. Okay. It's suggesting that they might. Let's see here. Let's kind of measure this down. They're all lining up to get it up, but I don't know how that's going to work. So they pulling into that threshold. There we go. Okay, so they pulled into that threshold. They fell down. They're coming towards the center of the chart. Remember here, okay. I told you guys how they'll put the bodies. Remember the bodies, four of them. We got four bodies inside of there. Now, remember, I was telling you that they should come back to the center of the chart, back down here while they were pushing up. All right. There's some information back here that I'm aware of, and I teach on my private playlist to expect it, that there's a good chance that they will come back. All right. So that's my time with you. Again, I have enjoyed absolutely all the time that I've been spending here on the channel, sharing the information with you guys. If you're new to the channel, be sure to take your time, take a look around. I got tons of information here, a lot of stuff for traders that want to learn. And again, mostly all of my information is in real time. All of the charts, I'm reading it in real time for you. This is important. I don't offer this. All right, just want to say that to you. Hindsight will never stop you out, and I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.